Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
And we are the brothers, man, coming back at y'all with Lord's will, another edifying lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to you, brothers, pushing and teaching this truth across the four winds of this earth. And as always, peace, blessings, and many salutations to you, sincere brothers and sisters who are tuning in, giving all diligence to make a calling and election sure in these last days.
Khan, ate the water. The water boy, shalom to all you Akim, you Akwat, you brothers and you few sisters that subscribe to this doctrine that was given through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shah, to our beloved elder apostles, on down to the elder bishops, elders, and Akim pushing this gospel and truth in this sincerity today. A peace, blessings, and salutations be unto you and your households, man.
Yeah.
Basically, as we're commanded, man, scriptures say to, walk circumspectly, to keep watch, so on and so forth. And scrolling, and we do that by looking at different articles, news, alternative news sites, and so on and so forth, right? Brothers will post articles that you might not have seen, and you go and you look at that and do your research, and Lord will, it'll spark a lesson, right? But as I was doing that, looking at some articles on Newsbreak as well as, RT, I had seen this article that had came up on Newsbreak, and it said, OPEC, right, which is another, major oil distributor, right, which is consists of Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, right, and I think there's a few others, right, sort of like the Middle East, as far as having control, over oil or having oil, right. They stated that they were cutting their production by 2 million barrels a day, right, which ultimately that is going to extremely hinder, those that rely on that, right, rely on them to dish out, or them to, basically send that oil to them, man, which we understand that America is one of those countries that receive that, the oil from them, that pay for that oil to come, right. And we're gonna ultimately get into these articles. We're gonna touch on them real light, obviously, we're gonna grab scripture as well, but there was another article that a brother had posted, beloved brother Kaya, here in the Arizona Great Millstone camp, man. He posted an article that said Saudi Arabia, which again is part of OPEC, had said that they were ultimately going to raise prices as far as oil for America, right? Distributing oil to America, they're going to raise the price on America, but keep the price the same for Europe, and roughly the same for Asia, man, right? Mm-hmm. And this comes, again, right after, America, had just stated that, because they were cutting their 2 million barrels, a day, basically saying, okay, well, you're in league with Russia, thinking that, okay, well, we did it, right? We caused the sabotage, right? So therefore you're going to come at us a certain way, right? So there's a whole bunch of shit that's going on, around this oil, around this gas, thing that's going on right now, man. And ultimately, again, which is the point of the lesson, this is going to cause major problems, for the consumer, man, right? Us regular people on the street, that's going to cause major problems, because we had just got out of, right, in September, right? I want to say the beginning of September, end of August, right? We had just got out of, gas being very high, right? Gas was almost at $10 in California, right? Whereas gas had hit for the first time in history in Arizona, where we're at, $5, man, and it went above $5, right? Hey, well, guess what? What we're about to get into is ultimately going to be worse than what we had just seen, right? If we can grab that precept, in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter,
right,
and then we'll go into these articles.
I got you.
Yeah, come.
Because 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14,
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts."
That's right.
"And cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature."
That's right, man. And this is not the time. Hey, Shalom, Maki Abashim Ashabarakatas, brother Malak from Detroit.
Shalom,
but
shalom.
yeah, man. So the times we're in, man. This is not the time for for you to be you know, basically in this world and acting, you know, as if you're part of this world, man. You know, this is a time for you to, you know, scripture say, Micah 2:10, arise and depart, for this is not your rest, man. And so we need to spiritually leave off, you know, from this place, man, and remove yourself from this place, man, because this place is it's going down, man. And we have every sign, right, that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai had told us about that will come to pass, letting us know the times that we're in, right? We have every sign that we need to know and see that, hey, this place is going down. Hey, Elder Apostle Remlov, he had the CO, what is it? CTD, right? Circling the drain, man. This is what America's circling the drain. You know, really, this whole system that's over the whole world is circling the drain, man. You know, it's going down, man. You know.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That's right, bro. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times.
Right, haste to flee from these times, man. You know, hey, get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. What does it say in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, man? You know, matter of fact, can we grab that, Bible Kashah? You know, because it basically goes into, you know, get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahshua before these times get real bad, man. You know.
Yeah, right there. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1.
That's right.
It reads, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Right. Remember now thy creator, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Not JC, you know, not fucking Buddha, not fucking Sheba, not all these false gods that ultimately have no power, which you can ultimately go into Baruch, the 6th chapter, right? And start at verse 34 and read on down. And none of these quote unquote gods have power, man. Hey, it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. There's power and there's salvation in that name, man. Right? Hey, the elect are going to praise his holy name. So that means that they're going to have the right name, and they're going to pray to that name. They're going to call upon that name. And guess what? There's going to be miracles and deliverance is going to happen for them, man. You know?
Right, bro.
This is what's going to take place. These are times that we're in, man. Go ahead.
It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
That's right. Right. Hey, so that means right before these things start to take place, and you need to get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The scriptures say, Isaiah 55:6, seek him while he may be found, man. Call you upon him while he is near, man. You know, and the Lord is near right now. You have the prophets beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone, right? Hey, they're still out there on the highways and byways, man.
They've been out there, man.
Been out there, man. Going on 40 years, man. You know, 35, 40 years, man. You know, so those are great examples, man, that we have in the flesh, you know, to follow after, man. Right. But then you got the elder bishops, right? You got the elders, Akim, right, that have been out there on the highways and byways, man. You know, man, doing the work, right? And pushing this word, pushing this truth out to the four corners of the earth, man. Right? What does it say in Psalms, the 19th chapter, man? There is no language nor
speech,
right?
The voice is not heard.
That's right, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man.
Because you even, hey, the Lord's so cold, man. He make it to where there's no excuse for nobody. I mean, brothers in all languages, man. Even brothers in sign language, man.
That's right, man. In Holland, yeah.
You can say, Lord, oh, I couldn't hear. Well, you can see.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
You know, there's no excuse for nobody, man.
Yeah. Even if you're blind, man. Come on, man. I mean, we don't have a blind cam, but you know what I mean? There's ways around it, man. You know what I mean? But go ahead and finish that.
Con, it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
That's right, man. So let's go back to that second Esdras, and then we'll get that.
Second Esdras chapter 14 and verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Hey, that's the time we're in. Scriptures say, you know, is it second Timothy 3:1, right? In the last days, perilous times shall come, man. Right? And on top of that, going back to Matthew's, man, it says what? It says what? All these, right? All the signs that we see, all these are the beginning of sorrows, which proves and points out. And that's what Yahweh Shai said, man. Red letter, man. You know, so that proves that there's a time that's going to come that is going to be far greater, right? You're going to be in far greater, you know, position of distress, far greater position of need and want, that it's gonna surpass the position that we were just in. You know, the world was just in a month ago. right? Gas prices going up, food prices going up, riots happening.
People stabbing each other over toilet paper. That was like right when the scamdemic started, huh?
Yeah, babe.
People getting stabbed over the last roll of toilet paper.
Right.
But how much more something that's more beneficial to your life, like like gas, man, like the last little 3 gallons of gas, man.
Right.
See? Or even the last 2 loaves of bread.
Right. Hey, because the articles that we're about to again briefly touch on, we might just read the headline of them, and and maybe read a paragraph or two out of them. But one of the articles states that Saudi Arabia is saying that they're going to raise prices for America, which ultimately you go into the article, it states that it's only going to go up 20 cents per per barrel, right? But still, 2 million barrels a day they're dropping, right? As far as production, what they're putting out there, man. So Saudi Arabia is raising prices. OPEC is raising prices on America, but then guess what? When it comes to Europe, who's already being, they're hindered, man, really bad, right? Because of Nord Stream, both those Nord Stream pipes that are ultimately, now completely destroyed, man. Gas is leaking into the sea and shit, They're not able to, continue that transfer, right? That's completely hindered, which it also hinders Russia as well, But you have that going on, right? And then you got them, cutting the production and raising prices here in America, man. So hey, you Americans are going to feel it the most, man, compared to everybody else. Hey, which is something we're waiting for, man, because America, scriptures say this is a sinful nation, man. Right? We're waiting for the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai, to bring forth that judgment upon you people, man. And no matter what it's gonna look like, right? Famine, earthquakes, pestilence, Esau, bringing his sword, ICBM nuclear missiles, that great sword, right? However that judgment is gonna be, we're waiting for that judgment to come, man. Upon you wicked motherfuckers, man. Right? You got preset?
No, I got you. You want to hold some?
Con, let's go into those articles real quick, Baba Shah.
That you want that Saudi Arabia one?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll get into them a little bit. You can read the bullets and points, and then I just want to get that one or that one. Actually, these two. We'll get the bulletin points and then those 2 paragraphs.
Okay.
Con,
it's on the Newsbreak app. It says Saudi Arabia lowers oil prices for Europe, but raises them again for the U.S. as White House says OPEC Plus is siding with Russia.
That's right, man. So they're feeling that pressure, man. So they're saying, all right, cool, man, fuck y'all, man. Everybody at this point is saying fuck America, man. Why? Because America's true colors are coming out.
You can see on the picture too. You don't even want to look at them.
Yeah. Literally, Hey man, America's power and influence over the world and being able to tell them what to do and bully these nations is done for, man. Right? Scriptures say that America hath been that golden cup in the Lord's hand, but it isn't no more, man.
And it's funny too, like Joe Biden's in the he's a president now, like he just all weak and. He has, he forgets things and he be doing some bugged out shit on camera. Like that's the state of America right now, man.
That's right.
Completely through on their last legs.
Hey, well, what does it say? It says, "Come and sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." It says it's a state of confusion. Right. You look at Sleepy Joe, and he's over here trying to shake, ghost hands and he can't even walk on that path. They got to freaking direct him to, he's in a state of, of loss, man. He's completely lost. And that's exactly what the state of America is in, as a brother was saying, man. Yep. America's done for, man. There's no way that America can come back from this never ending downward spiral that it's in as of right now, man.
Right, bro.
So let's go back into that article.
Con, the first bulletin point, it says Saudi Arabia is raising oil prices for U.S. buyers following a similar move a month ago. Meanwhile, state-run Saudi Aramco lowered prices in Europe and left them largely unchanged for the Asian market.
That's right, man. Hey, so as far as dealing with those 3 major markets that they deal with, America, Asia, and Europe, and they lowered prices for Europe, kept them unchanged for Asia, but then hike those prices up for America, man. Right? Which everybody, all these nations are looking at America like you're the one that caused these problems as far as dealing with the Nord Stream pipe. You got Anthony Blinken, he's over here, basically praising the fact that, you know what I mean, that the pipeline was destroyed, and saying that this is a great opportunity, right, for them to basically capitalize on the situation that happened, man. And so everybody's looking at like, America, you're the one that did it. You know what I mean? It's more clear. Like, I did a video on it a little while ago saying all hands are pointing to America, man, as far as dealing with this situation in particular. All hands are pointing to America. So what are these nations going to do? They're going to look at America and be like, you're the problem. Why would we help you out? No, you want to cause problems for everybody else, so we're going to cause problems for you. Right. Which ultimately is a righteous thing. An eye for an eye. You know what I mean? Exactly. So you want to cause problems, we're going to cause problems for you. It's not like they're going above and beyond. No, it's political at this point, man. But we can go back.
Kind of says the price moves comes after OPEC Plus slashed production quotas, which the White House said aligns the oil group with Russia.
Right, man. And again, we quoted it, which we're not going to grab it since we already quoted it. And it's only a 2-paragraph article, man. It's real short. But another article that we're bringing out goes into, and it says that they cut their production by 2 million barrels a day, which is a lot. That's a lot of fucking oil, man. On top of that, with prices going up, let's say those prices were at, $7, right? Or, and I'm just throwing a number out there. I don't necessarily know the exact, how much it costs per barrel, but it's probably somewhere around like, $2-3 or, something like that, right? So let's say it is $3, 200,000 or 2 million barrels a day. You know what I mean? Like they're losing out on around $6 million a day as far as just gas. Right. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, whatever they are putting out there, they're raising the price on America, right? So America, let's say America was paying, that $3-4, right? Not only are they getting less, but now the price is going up, right? Hey, supply is going down, but demand is still at that same point, if not higher, man.
Right.
So not only is it going to raise the prices here in every day, right, around your corner, your regular corner gas station, it's going to raise prices significantly, man, greater than, because we're back in Arizona, we're already at $5 again. It stopped at $4.99 for the past 2 weeks, right? But 3.5, 4 weeks ago, it was at $4.20 something. Now all of a sudden it's back at $4.99, and it hasn't, unless you go to like a Chevron or one of the major brands, it'll be at like $5.05 or something like that, man. Hey, get that, it's about to skyrocket even more than that. We're talking about $6, $7, $8 a gallon, man, which is gonna fuck up a lot of people, man. A lot of people, are gonna lose their jobs, man.
A lot of people are already struggling now, man. You see, especially, that's why scriptures say, man, if a man walk not diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown, man.
That's right.
You see that, because here pretty soon, man, it's going to come down to the point where you got to make decisions on, which, Lord willing, we're of the elect. The Lord's going to take care of those that put their faith in him, right? But it's going to come down to the point where these people, I should say, are going to have to make a decision to either pay rent or eat. And if they do pay the rent and they have a little bit to eat, it's not going to be nothing that's going to be filling. It's going to be just enough to say that they ate for the day, so they can get through to maybe the next paycheck where they might be able to eat something, man.
Right.
See, and then they got to worry about gas. You know what I'm saying? Kids need clothes, and schools are open too now. You see, that's another thing to worry, to think about, man. You got to meditate on all these things, because all of it matters. You see, the little things add up to bigger problems. It's not just, okay, well, gas is rising. All right, big deal, whoop-de-whoop. But then you got, food, inflation as well too. That's happening at the same time, man.
Well, usually what happens is when gas prices go up, right? Prices for a single gallon of gas go up, what happens? The price of milk goes up, and then the price of dairy products goes up, this, that, and the third, wheat, and then everything follows with it. This is what happens. And with gas going up, prices are going to go up even more, as the brother was saying.
Even like rent prices and stuff
Yeah,
go up too.
That's
so
right.
Expect that too, man, for your rent to be going up. However much, man. You know.
Which is again, those perilous times, man. Because a lot of people are going to lose their homes, right? A lot of people are going to be out on the streets. Homelessness is going to take part a lot more than it is, right? They're talking about in California, they got like what, 200,000, if not a little bit more, homeless people. 200,000. That's a fucking lot, man.
That's a shit ton of people, man.
That's a shit ton of people, and again, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more, man. These are the times that we're coming into, and it's ultimately going to spiral into these uproars, right? It's going to spiral into, people, wigging out, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Because 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 40. I know the brother had
posted. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
It says, "Oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle."
And that's not talking about you going out and cleaning your guns and cocking your guns, right. getting your clips all set up, and which a lot of people out here are doing, man, right? But that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about spiritually, right? Getting right with Yahweh Shem El Shai, because Yahweh Shem El Shai, scriptures say that he is our shield and our buckler, man, right? His truth is our shield and our buckler, right? Wisdom and knowledge is what's going to be the stability of our times, man, right? Scriptures say that for our weapons of warfare are not carnal. Right? So this is our weapon, man. Hebrews 4:12 tells you the Bible, the words of Yahweh Shem El Shai, is a two-edged sword, man. Right? So this, through his word, is how we're going to be able to get through the times to come. Right? There's no other way. There's literally no other way to get through these times, man. No other way to officially prepare for the hell that is coming. And it's not something that's, it's going to be a walk in the park, skip to my loot type shit. No. This is going to be something that's going to affect everybody. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. All you Israelites that think you got it, right? You might be trapping in the hood. You got you a fucking, you got you a fucking cutlass on 22s, and you got you $100,000 chain and or a $2,000 chain, or whatever it may be. And that shit ain't gonna save you, man. You might have 10 Glocks in your motherfucking car. That shit ain't gonna save you, man. You think a Glock is gonna be able to get you some food? That's not going to happen, man. Because not only are prices going up, food is becoming more and more scarce, man.
Yeah, and then you have the food shortages too.
That's right.
Like we're running out of food. Not even to say, we're running out of water too, man.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? See, it's all these things happening, man. You see, that's why, like I always said through Spirit, man, just because you see them clouds in the sky, don't mean the end ain't nigh. Because we see them clouds, man. Clouds look beautiful. I love clouds, man. You see, but just because you see them clouds in the sky and it looks beautiful, it's a nice day. The Lord is still bringing judgment upon the earth, man.
That's right.
He's still bringing prophecy to pass. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get caught up in it, man. And you're going to be taken away with one of the grievous judgments that the Lord has reserved to those who don't take heed, man, and continue in their wicked ways. You see that? So all these things happen, and here it is. You're still worried about TikTok. You're still worried about the newest J's that are coming out, man. You're still worried about all these other things that have nothing to do with, Lord willing, your salvation, man.
That's right.
Which you're just continuing to, cast down each and every time you see a video of the brothers, man. That's an opportunity for you to get right with the Lord right there, man.
Come. I got this right here. The 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Again, we've been getting glimpses of this prophecy, basically taking place, for the past couple of years, right? We have Kazakhstan, right? That had just taken place. And you even have that shit that happened in California where they were raiding all those stores, right? Cops were there, but they were still running right past them, man. So we have many, many instances of this happening. Hey, well, how much more? Because they were stealing dumbass shit, TVs, and just like they were doing in Africa, right? It was in Southern Africa.
Yeah, it was bad.
We're talking about millions upon millions of people were doing that, lighting buildings on fire, man. So how much more? Because you seen a dude run out with a fucking, or a group of people run out with a fucking fridge, TVs, this, that, and the third. How much more when it's stuff you need?
I want to say that was in Europe too. with those union workers.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
had
that was
got
getting bad too.
yeah, they were throwing fucking bricks at like the big ass union building, man.
That's right.
You know, like bricks. They were throwing it right at that glass. You know, there's people in there. You know,
Right.
They didn't give a damn.
Right. So how much more? Again, how much more when it's things that you need? You one, gas prices went up, so now you sitting there at the pump. Am I gonna be able to? If I pay this guy this $100 for a fucking four-banger fucking Honda Accord, right? If I pay this $100 bill just for a full gas tank to be able to get to and from work, is that $100 going to affect me down the line? Yep. Am I not going to be able to put food in my family's belly? Am I not going to be able to pay rent? Because think about it, most people get paid every 2 weeks, so that's that's $200 every 2 weeks. Right. So that's $400 a month. You know, that's $400 a month on where gas prices are going. This is what it's going to look like, man. You know, and it could be more, it could be a little bit less. I don't believe it's going to be, you know, too much less, but I believe it's going to be a lot more than that, possibly.
Yeah, because some places where we're at here in Phoenix, man, it was hitting like fucking like $5.45 and shit, man.
Yeah.
In California, what they say they hit like $9.
Yeah,
man.
almost $10.
You know, so what are people gonna do then?
Right, and for 10 gallons, right, which a lot of tanks are more than 10 gallons. Like we're talking about like 15 to 19 gallons, depending on what kind of car you have. 12 to 19 gallons. Hey, well, think about that, man. That's $120 to $190 right there, man. At $10 a gallon, that's almost $200 every week, every 2 weeks, depending on how much you drive. You know, come on, man.
Even there was a video that a brother had shared of that truck driver. He's like
$1,000.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 and some change on. He's like, I've never seen gas this much. He's like, y'all keep living your lives. He's like, but if we can't bring you the food, you ain't gonna have no food. So again, all full circle, man. The Lord is working, man. That's the main thing. The Lord is moving things around.
That's right.
So these little articles, you know, brothers bring out throughout the week, it might seem, you know, minute, but it has a huge ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna take place in the future, man.
It's like that movie Don't Look Up. Like from the distance, look, they seen this little ass asteroid, because we're talking about millions of miles away, right? It looks real tiny, but as it's getting closer and closer and closer, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and soon to have a greater impact than what you believe at the current moment, man.
Yeah, you start to be like, oh shit, and that's the times we're in now where all these things happening. We're like, oh shit, you know, we already know, so we're not surprised. But these people, they're still trying to like avoid reality, man.
That's right.
Just like that movie. They didn't want to, all they had to do was look, all you gotta do is look around, man.
That's right.
They don't want to do that. You know, here Joe Biden will say everything's gonna be cool, and they just continue to look down at their phones, but look around you, man. Literally. Walk circumspectly, as the scripture say, man.
Look around, yeah. It's heavy, man. Let me continue on this. Second Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 16 again. It says, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. You know, there's going to be a lot more riotings, right? This is the year of Yahweh Shema Shai turning up. Let this shit happen, right? You know, in the next month or two, right, where everything ultimately starts to skyrocket. What's going to happen? More and more riots are going to happen, especially here in America, man. Right? This is the time that we're in. You can say, oh nah, all you fucking want, man. Hey, the prophecy never fucking lies, man. Never. Yahweh Shema Shai never lies, man. Numbers, the 23rd chapter, go look it up. Verse 19. He's not a man that he should lie. So when he speaks his word, which we understand that he speaks to the ministry of the prophets, right? So if he speaks a word, right, then guess what? Then you best believe it's going to come to pass, man. Right? Verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. Right? So this is going into Jacob's trouble, man. This is all leading into Jacob's trouble, because Jacob's trouble is when Esau Edom ultimately forces the Charagma. But you have to understand, hey, things are to get worse leading up to that situation, leading up to that prophecy itself. Right? You think it's what? It's just gonna go from, okay, earthquakes, this and the third. Okay, tomorrow Jacob's trouble. No, it's gonna build up to it, man. And it's going to get worse. And just as Esau Edom, you know, loves gradualism, so does Yahweh Shema Shai, man. He likes to build, because guess what? It builds the intensity, right? The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai loves drama, man. right? It builds the plot. It builds up what the Lord is ultimately trying to do, right? A lot of you people, just like a fucking frog, man. You put frogs in a fucking pot and you turn on the water, you put it on low and gradually turn up the heat. They'll never know the difference. They'll never know that it's getting fucking hot until it's too late. But if you drop them in boiling water, what happens? They're gonna jump out. So you have the Lord is turning it up. He's turning it up. Right, and in our eyes, he's turning it up fast because we understand prophecy. We understand the times we're in.
Right.
And but to the average person, it's like slowly increasing, man. Which is ultimately going to be their downfall, man. You know, because they're looking at these things and they're turning away, saying, "Nah, that ain't gonna happen." But what does it say in Proverbs, the first chapter? It says, "The turning away of the simple shall be what? Ultimately, their destruction, man." Shall slay them, man. The turning away of the simple shall slay them, man. Because you want to turn away from this word, you want to turn away from what the prophets are pointing out to you, and that's going to lead to you being destroyed, man. Period, point blank, man. Because everything is taking. A gas prices are going up, food prices are going to go up, and your rent is going to go up, and your car payment is going to go up. Everything is going to go up. How are you going to be able to deal with the situations that are at hand if you don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? You're not going to be able to, man. You're not going to be able to. You're literally going to be asked out. You know? Let me keep going. Con. This is verse 18 again. It said, "For because of their cities, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation," man. You know, so because these prices are going up again, you're saying at the pump, you know, which people were doing back in the beginning of September because gases were, you know, high, right? Which gas prices are now at damn near the same price, but nobody's wigging out about it. Yeah. Nobody's wigging out about it. It's slowly creeped up. They hiked it up to see how people will react, brought it back down, and then it's slowly hiking it back up. And now it's at the same price it was, damn near maybe 10 cents a difference from what it was when people were tripping the fuck out, man. Right? So we're basically back at there. But these situations are not going to raise it higher. Right. Hell yeah, it's going to raise it higher. So now you're going to be sitting at the pump thinking hella hard. And guess what? You're going to have to choose because guess what? You want to live, you want to survive, you want your kids to survive. You're going to choose to stay home and not go to work because you need to buy food. And that's going to hurt the next paycheck. And it's only it's like a snowball rolling downhill. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And once that snowball gets to a certain size, it's unstoppable. It's literally unstoppable. So what's going to happen is you people are going to lose your jobs, right? You're going to run out of food. Scripture says in Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, they shall eat their bread by weight and by measure, right? So whatever the last little bit that you got, that's what you're gonna have. That's what you're gonna have, you know. And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna run to these damn stores, right? And try to, you know, either try to stick somebody up as they're coming out so you can get their food, or you're just gonna go in there and fucking rob the place. Hey, well, what happens when those places ain't even got no food? I got this right here. Slucky, I got this right here. Second Ezra 6 and verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty," because at the same time that you're making decisions at the pump, you got these truck drivers making decisions at the pump too, because they got families as well. They're not about to sit there and risk their paycheck just for you and your family. No, right. They got families as well. They're people as well. So they're not going to be able to bring food, right? So all these storehouses are eventually going to run out. You're going to have people breaking in. You got to have people buying shit, buying and binge buying, right? And all these different things are going to take place. And then at the same time, right, which is another thing, which is, you know, for another lesson to go deeper on, and you have the elites building these bunkers, right? They're and stashing up food in there, man, unperishables, right? So that way when they get in their bunkers, they can eat, man. Right? And we're talking about years upon years upon years of foods that they got stashed away, man. So the prices and food supply and water supply is being hit from many different angles, which is ultimately affecting you people, right? But you people are so far gone that you're not seeing what's happening. But that's why the prophets are out here. Yep. The prophets are out here to show you and tell you what's going on, right? To warn you, telling you to get right. But we understand, right? We're not upset at you people that don't take heed, because ultimately that's your lot. The Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai made you to not take heed, to be destroyed, right? So we're not upset at you. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. You're just, you're just doing what the Lord created you to do. We understand that the elect are the ones that are going to take heed.
That's right, bro.
We're making these video epistles. We sit down and go out to the highways and byways and do lessons, and sit down in the vehicles and do lessons like this for the elect. That's it. That's it. Nobody else.
Even Apostle Paul, the same mentality, said, I endure all things for the elect's sake.
That's right.
That's the same mentality we have, man. The work that we do, we know that, we know the grand scheme of it, that only the remnant is going to get it, man. That's right. So anybody that scoffs or laughs at us or talks down on us, it's just part of the path. We understand, because not everybody's going to get it. It doesn't offend us. Sometimes it's annoying,
yep.
And it's frustrating. It's like, God damn, how could they not get it? But then you understand that the election had obtained it and the rest were blinded, man. Romans 11:7.
Continue. I got two more verses. I'll give you the verse 22nd, Edges 6 and 23 says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. It said, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Hey, so not only is it talking about food, but it's talking about water, right? You're not going to have no food. You're not going to have no water. You're ultimately going to be fucked, man. And then you're going to be fighting your best friend that you've been living in the same neighborhood for 20 plus years, 20, 30 plus years, and you're going to raid his house, and possibly kill him and his family just so you can eat. Mm-hmm. These are the times that we're coming into, man. Yeah. You can't dispute the words of Yahweh Shem El Shai, because everything has came to pass. All the prophecies that the elder apostles have been talking about for decades, every single one has come to pass. Every single one has come to pass. What does it say? It says, if that prophet prophesy of peace, and that peace come, then ye shall know that the prophet the Lord is dealing with that prophet, roughly paraphrasing.
And the main ones too they've prophesied about is that Charagma and World War III, man, nuclear destruction. Those things are being talked about a lot more now, as of the past year, almost 2 years, more so recently this year too.
Right. So we know that Yahweh Shem El Shai is doing a great millstone, man. Beginning with the elder apostles on down, man. You ain't dealing with no other camp. That's just plain to see, man. It's plain to see at this point, man. And if it ain't plain, guess what? It's becoming clearer. It's becoming clearer and clearer to see.
For a lot of you have certain camps out there that push the same doctrine. But they also have camps out there who push a whole different doctrine. But you might have one of the elect members within that camp that ultimately the Lord's going to draw out of that camp, man. Mm-hmm. But hey, the truth is in great millstone. Starting with the head elder apostles on down, like the brother was mentioning.
That's right. You can get your precept.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 16. It says, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times, man, like the brothers mentioned earlier at the beginning of the lesson, we might seem repetitive, okay, but ultimately you got to understand that all throughout the scriptures, the Lord is very repetitive, man. He mentions the same thing, because that's how Jake is, man. Jake is very very stubborn, very hard-headed, doesn't pay attention. You see, so you got to constantly keep saying it, reiterate the same thing multiple times so it can get through their thick-ass head, So all these things that that brothers talk about, famine and, and plagues and water shortages and, all these different things, okay, it might seem far-fetched to you because you look around and from your perspective, nothing's really happening, but in all reality, a lot of things are happening, even though it might seem small. Again, those smaller things can have a huge impact on your life, man. You see that? So the things that the Lord commanded are gonna be accomplished in due season. When the Lord sees fit, hey, all hell is gonna break loose. We want hell to break loose now.
That's right.
But we understand that, what I'm saying, the Lord it's all in the Lord's time. This is his movie. You see that? So I got a quick one. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So in that day when destruction comes, man, when all hell breaks loose and people are running up everywhere, kicking down doors, and brothers been having visions on these things more recently, man. You see Jacob's trouble, and Loser, man.
Fuck, man.
See, brothers been having dreams on these things because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is letting, those brothers, because brothers give testimonies on their dreams, man. And I always believe when brothers get testimonies, it's not only for them, it's for whoever hears it.
That's right.
Whoever listens to that video that day. But you know what I'm saying? The Lord's letting us know that He's about to do this thing, man. And in that day when all hell breaks loose, people gonna be seeking peace. You're gonna be looking for stability. You're gonna be looking for somebody to give you some help, man. Like it says, I looked for the core of men, but there was none.
That's right.
You see, then thought I upon the acts of old. You see, that's what we're gonna do, man. When there's nobody else to help us out here, when we might not be next to a brother, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You see that because we dwell in the secret place of the Most High, Lord willing, we will continue to abide under the shadow of the Almighty, man.
That's right.
And have that divine mercy from above, man. Because there's no other way we're gonna make it unless that divine mercy is on us, man, and upon us and our families too.
That's right.
But that was it on that.
Con. Let's grab a couple more presets and we'll wrap it up.
Okay, con.
Let's grab I quoted it earlier, Isaiah 55 and verse.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one that was in Chronicles. First Chronicles or Second Chronicles 16. First, I got it right here. It says First Chronicles 16:11. It says, "Seek the Lord and His strength, seek His face continually, man." And because when you come into this truth, man, this is something that you have to do every day, right? This is not something that you seek the Lord, one time, okay, cool, you watch the video, or you know what I mean, you came to one camp. No, you have to. This is something that you have to be consistent in, man. Seek the Lord, right? And you seek Him. When you and just to put it in a term that Jake would understand, when you go to you want to get with somebody, what do? You don't just go say hi, get their number, and then don't ever talk to them again. No, you pursue them, man. You continue to you want to get to know them, right? You get to know what they like and what they dislike, and you try to ultimately cater to that, what they like and what they dislike. You don't want to do what they dislike, but you want to do what they like, and ultimately try to reel them in to get to know them, so you're good with them, right? And it's the same way, right? Hey, we're the Lord's bride, man. So we have to get to know our husband. We can't just go marry somebody and not know who the fuck they are, right? It's just not how it works, man.
Right.
You have to get to know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And because the elect in this time are going to get to know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. They're gonna read His word. They're gonna read and listen to what He's got to say, and say, "Cool, Most High does not like this." That's why He said in Jeremiah 4:4, He sent out His prophets rising up B-time, saying, "Do not this abominable thing that I hate."
Yeah.
So the Lord's telling you what He doesn't like and what He does like. He wants you to put on therefore as the elect. He wants you to do that which is well pleasing unto Him. Which is following the commandments, fearing Him, following the commandments, and doing His will, going and raising up the rest of the elect. That's our job, our reasonable service, man. Our holy what is that? Vocation. Yes, like your vocation, thought. This, come on, man. It's our whole job, man. As far as men, right? This is what we're supposed to do. This is what and again, this is something that you have to be consistent, man. One, you have to be sincere, first and foremost, and two, you have to be consistent, man. A lot of these camps are not consistent. A lot of these camps are half-assed. They're lukewarm. You can go and read in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, what it says about being lukewarm. Lord ain't dealing with that shit, man. So I'm gonna read this again. This is First Chronicles 16:11. Seek the Lord, right? Isaiah 55 and 11, verse 6. Seek the Lord while He may be found, man. And He's able to be found now because His prophets are out there, man. That's how you speak to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or get spoken to by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, taking heed to the prophets, man. The Lord is speaking through them, right? And those are very important men. Those are very important pieces on the chessboard, man.
Right.
They're not no regular ass pawns, man. It says, seek the Lord in His strength, seek His face continually, man. So best thing you can do, especially in these times, is get right with your power, man. Get right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and try your best. That's all you can do. We're not perfect, right? And again, we're only speaking to the Israelites, really the elect of the nation of Israel. You know, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelites that look like the, you know, like the other nations that you've been scattered in, right? But you know, that might be listening to this video, man. You know, but nonetheless, we're speaking to Israel. You know, but again, we understand that only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to, you know, listen, man. You know, so if this word resonates with you, hey, hopefully this it was a swift kick in the ass, man. Hopefully this established some fear of Yahweh Shem El Shah within you, man, letting you know, hey, fuck, you ain't got much time, man. The gates of mercy are about to close. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna come up while the gates closed already with the lamp, talking about I got my oil now? No. Or are you gonna go up? Look and say, hey, the gate is up, but I need to go get my oil. Let me go get my oil before that gate closes. Go buy you some oil and then come back before the gate closes.
Yeah.
You know, which you can read about that parable in Matthew's 25th chapter, man.
That's what's scary, man, is that you know, one thing I was told, brother, man, you know, I hope that none of us have to have the mentality of is in that day when all hell breaks loose is fuck, I wish I would have been more of this or done that more. You know what I'm saying? Because that guilt is gonna eat you away.
Eat you
And
away.
it's gonna be so heavy on your mind that you're not gonna have no faith. You're gonna be like, fuck, the Lord's not gonna save me. I wouldn't save me. So why would the Lord save me, man? That right there is a scary thing you don't want to have in that day, man. So
Very
do
scary.
it. So do what you can now so you can have the confidence to say, hey, I'm at the Lord's mercy. You know, I did my best. I can say that with a clear conscience. That right there will have, you know, you'll have confidence within yourself and within your faith because you know that you did your best.
Slacky, I don't mean to cut you off, bro. You should be having that fucking thought every day. And I can honestly say, which again, I'm nobody. You know what I mean? The Lord doesn't need me. He can, you know, go get somebody, take the spirit off me, which Lord really doesn't, and go give it to somebody else. But you should have that thought at the end of the day. Did you do enough that day for Yahweh Shem El Shah? You know, by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem El Shah, you know, the past few weeks, I've been able to actually say that to myself, man. You know, we should be able to say that. You know what? Did I do enough? Which ultimately we understand that we'll never go far enough.
Right.
But did you read? Right? Did you read? Did you do a video? Did you watch videos? You know? Well, did you learn something? At least one thing. Did you learn one thing? Can you absolutely say that to yourself, man? If when dealing with this truth, if you can't say that to yourself, and be honest, if you can't say that to yourself, then you got a lot more work to do, man. You know? And there is going to be times where sometimes, you know, you're so busy and you're tired that you're not going to read or you're going to forget something or this and the third. And, you know what I mean? It happens, right? It happens. But what are you going to do, right? Are you going to go and correct that situation either the next day or whatever you need to do to ultimately correct that situation, man? That's what it's about, man. This truth is, hey, we're men. You know, we're soldiers, man. A soldier trains every day, all day, man, until something pops off. And then guess what? They go handle that situation. They come back right to training, right? This is what we do, man. You know, this is what we're doing. We're in training right now, man. We're being built up to be those kings, those rulers, those priests, those judges in the kingdom. We're in training 24/7, man. You know, you can't miss a day of training because guess what? That day of training will come back to bite you in your fucking ass, man. For those that know sports, those that have done sports, or maybe even just physical activities that they like, hobbies, whatever it may be, you understand that. This is the time we're in to get right with Yahweh Shem El Shah, man, or get destroyed. It's plain and fucking simple. You can't fucking see it, and it will fucking death to you, man.
That's right.
We're in the same spirit Jeremiah was in.
I was just thinking about that, man.
Same spirit, man. Yeah. You know, but I mean, unless you got something else, bro, we can go ahead and end it out.
That's it, bro.
Come on, man. So Lord will, you know, again, this can put a spark in your ass, man. Lord will is faith boosting, you know, letting you know that hey, we're at the end. You know, all this shit is about to hit, you know, about to hit off. You know, Lord will, it was edifying, you know, first and foremost, you know. But with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Again, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel of truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Shem El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem El Shai, Lord, lift upon your houses. We will say, Shalom, Kwame Yashwala, and Abba Shalom.